Hey guys, how's it going? I've got 5 more amazing seeds for you folks. There's one with a double mansion, there's one with an amazing shattered Savannah Village, there's one hermit style, hermit style seed as well, with the mushroom biome in the middle and all the cool stuff surrounding it. And finally, I've also got this crazy seed where you have a shipwreck, monument, portal, ocean ruin, everything at spawn. It's nuts. The name is MazBro. If it's your first time to the channel, do consider subscribing. Okay, this is seed number 1. Seed number is on your screen, but as usual, you can also find it on the video description as well. Copy pasting is always better. Don't leave spaces in front or in the back. It's also a Java seed, which means, well, that works on Java PC, Mac, Linux, but it will not work on Bedrock or consoles. But if you're looking for Bedrock seeds, I've got a whole playlist on that as well, so do check that out on the front page of my channel, or it's also linked on the description section of this video. I need to shave. Okay folks, this is where you spawn. Coordinates are always on the top left hand side of your screen. That's what my character looks like. Pretty ugly, no problem with that. This is a pretty cool spawn location. You start at a Savannah Village, which is attached to a jungle biome. It's a fairly large Savannah Village, and you have lots of the buildings actually inside the jungle biome, which for me is always a very cool thing. The reason why I like villages that go into the jungle biome is that you have a chance of spawning jungle villagers. Let's try and see if we can find any jungle villagers that spawned naturally, because, well, they do happen, but not all the time. But when they actually breed, or if you breed one in these areas, they will spawn. Well, I could not find one just yet. We have a saddle right at spawn over there, not bad. And that's what a jungle villager looks like, and it's always nice to have diversity. We also have 2 pretty important things not too far away from spawn. The first one is a pillager's outpost, which is only 380 blocks away from spawn. Let's just teleport straight to it. Right, so you can find something pretty awesome if you just fly past that pillager's outpost, just straight down the -Z line over here. You'll find your first jungle pyramid, and inside is some pretty amazing loot. Gotta torch it up a bit because it gets pretty dark with shaders, and in case you guys are wondering, this is CSPTGIE 12. So let's go find that loot that I was talking about. We opened this one here, 2 diamonds and 2 saddles, and that's not bad at all for a start. Chest on the other side, not too special, just some golden ingots. Don't forget to loot the sticky pistons because they're pretty expensive to make early on, and they're very useful for a lot of farms. Next, a little bit further away from home, we have this charming ice spikes over here, and if we just fly through this interesting little arc, we'll find a pretty sweet taiga village with a nice view, as it has all these taiga forests around it, the snowy taiga biome, as well as the ice spikes behind it. So not a bad place to build either. I especially like this arc, actually. It's pretty cool, especially with that tree up top. It looks pretty sweet. Not far from spawn, we have this massive swamp biome with Witch Doctor Hut number 1. Wait, Witch Hut. Witch Doctor, that's just too much playing Diablo. And then we have a second one over on this side. So that's the second Witch Hut, which is probably a little bit too far from the first one, but close to the second Witch Hut, we actually have a third one right over on that side over here. I'll just fly on top of it so that you can record the coordinates as well. So third one is over here. I think this one here and the one over there is only 200 blocks apart. Wait, can't see it. Oh, it's behind that tree, right? That's a witch hut, right? Okay, so this is probably doable as a farm, these two, but the one over there, definitely a bit too far. Right, so I decided to put this into the highlights as well. One of the smallest villages I've seen. We have 1 house, 2 house. Yeah, 2 houses, that's it. There's nothing else here. Well, we do have a Badlands biome right behind it, so this seed is packed with, well, pretty much all the rare biomes there is. Aha, a bell. Don't forget to click that button, stay notified, stay subscribed so that you know when I post new videos. By the way, I always post quality seeds. I filter through tons and tons of seeds that I search through, so tag along and we'll show you step by step. Now, this is another interesting village. It's a plains village next to a Badlands biome, and it's a true miner's village, I would say. In case you haven't noticed, there's actually mine shafts running parallel to the roads, which is kind of cool. In fact, it almost looks functional. I sort of think this is probably how mine shafts should work in Minecraft, at least. Like, you have a miner's village and you have, well, rail tracks going along all the way from the village all the way to the mine shafts in the Badlands. I think that's actually a cool feature. Just the fact that we have these 3 shafts side by side. It makes sense. I like this. It's unique and it's almost as if it was intended. Very cool. I did mention that there's a mushroom biome at this seed, and as I was approaching it, I was greeted by a pleasant surprise. Well, I'll show you. So coordinates on your screen, we have a nice little town on this little archipelago. As we turn around, I'll show you something awesome on the other side of this village. Well, you've probably guessed it because I mentioned the mushroom biome earlier, but yeah, this is pretty awesome. The mushroom biome is, well, the village is partially inside the mushroom biome, and that is always nice and rare to have. It's always an awesome sight, and I do like the fact that this mushroom biome is surrounded by several other different biomes. You have the savanna biome on one side, and we do have the snow biome on the other side as well. It's a fairly large mushroom biome, I gotta say. It's at least 500 blocks, maybe 700. And now I guess we need to get a good shot of this village for the clickbait, of course. Alright, one shot here. And another shot from here. Right, that's seed number 1. Let's go straight ahead to seed number 2. Thumbs up if you like this one. Seed number is on the bottom left, that green number over there. Here's a quick overview of the map, and we're using amidst, in case you're not familiar with this, AMIDST. Lots of cool stuff here, 2 mansions near spawn. We've got pretty nice biomes as well. We've got a Badlands biome towards the left side. We've also got a jungle biomes towards the right. There's also a shattered savanna biome towards the bottom. That looks pretty good. Let's dive into it. Keep in mind, you don't always spawn at 0, 0 coordinates, but this one is pretty close. We're at 24 and 0, but again, it's not always like that. And let's teleport to the main point of interest, or at least one of them. And over here, if things load up fast enough, we should have a Woodlands Mansion right there, folks. Woodlands Mansion right here, very close to spawn. This is around Pythagoras mathematics. Quick. It's around, yeah, I guess about 400, 500 blocks away from spawn, which is not too far at all. It's always fun to conquer Woodlands Mansions, and you always have a chance to get, well, I think you always have a chance. No, you always get at least a few totems of undying, which can prove to be very useful, especially if you're playing hardcore mode, provided you don't actually die trying to get them. So this took a while to load, but this Woodlands Mansion is actually right behind a shattered savanna, which makes for some pretty cool looks. Render distance, not very good, so as soon as I move back, that shattered savanna disappears. Over on these coordinates over here, which should be around 750 blocks away from spawn, we do have our second Woodlands Mansion, so the more the merrier. If you watch my other seed videos, you'll find a lot of super awesome mansions that are glitched into villages, but I don't always want it to be that way or that kind of seed. It can get a little bit boring, so, well, having 2 separately without any quite distinct features, I think is a feature by itself, if that makes sense. Alright, next highlight, coordinates on your top left as usual, and I like this village a lot. Well, okay, it's a Savannah Village. It's a Savannah Village, and as usual, Savannah villages don't normally look that tidy, which is okay. It has its charms of its own. A pretty interesting, well, mountains backdrop over on this side over here. But the thing I like about this village is you have this massive ravine splitting the village into, it's pretty massive. It goes all the way from that side to that side. I'm wondering if it goes down to diamond level. That's just I guess let's just find out. I always love these drops, but no, it only goes to block level 48. But the thing I like about this village and the ravine is you have this completely floating house right here. I mean, well, alright, it has stilts, but the house itself is floating, and this is the stairway to heaven, I guess. It's a quick way to get there. Is there water downstairs? No, definitely a stairway to heaven. And we even have some of the roads that are supposed to generate in the village up top, as well as some farmland down here. Where does it get its water source from? Does that even work? Can this actually water that? Oh wait, okay, there's water over here. Got it. All right, great. That's seed number 2. Still one more highlight on this one. Right, so the final highlight is this desert village, which most of the time is not really my favorite kind of village, but depending on the situation, it can look pretty cool. For example, when it bugs into a Badlands biome or a jungle biome, they tend to look really good when that actually happens. But this one is actually quite special in itself. As we move down, it will be more apparent. As you can see, there is a desert temple. glitched into this desert village, and it's quite the glitch. If I go into spectator mode, actually I should probably show you the coordinates first, right there, -821 151. Back to spectator mode, and as you can see, these houses actually glitch all the way into this desert pyramid. I should probably carry a torch. I mean, it looks funky, just broken. And broken seeds, well, I'm always a fan of that. You even have parts of these. Is that a water from the fountain underneath the desert temple? And you have more houses on the back. It's such a mess. I love it. This is what you call beauty and chaos. Oh, creeper right there. I guess we might as well check to see if there's any decent loot down below before we end seed number 2. We're gonna go a bit fast on this one, guys. Okay, let's see. We have a flame book, which is, well, it's kind of nice when you're trying to cook stuff. You can kill meals and they just get cooked straight away. And saddle over here, not bad. Gold horse armor, not too bad. And more saddles. Oh, enchanted golden apple, that's not bad. Right, since that's all I want to show you on seed number 2, we might as well do the customary, yeah. There we go. Okay, seed number 3. Seed number 3, Hermitcraft style seed, defined by this mushroom island as the centerpiece of the seed, and it's covered by oceans and then landlocked, and then you have all these interesting biomes all around it. That's what characterizes a Hermitcraft style seed. Now, this is also a god tier seed, a term coined by seedhunt.net. It's a seed that has all the important things within a 2000 block radius. That includes having a double witch hut, which I have not seen yet. It should be here somewhere. Double witch hut, where are you? Okay, here we go. Double witch hut within 200 blocks of each other, which means this is great for, well, witch hut farming, redstone. Massive farms. If you're not familiar with that, it's a massive farm. I have never built one myself, but one day maybe I will. So I have not explored this seed, so let's share the excitement of this one together. First and foremost, let's have a look at the Mushroom Island, which is the one right here. Ah, that's not a bad spawn location. Quite a nice view, I would say, except that guy's face. Yeah. I don't know why I picked that Minecraft character, but starting to grow and like it after a while, I guess. Anyway, let's go to the Mushroom Island. That is not the Mushroom Island. Swimming with the fishes. Okay, here we go. That's the coordinates for the Mushroom Island. That's what it looks like. It's pretty decent in size. I'd say around 500 blocks, give or take. Enough to build stuff on it, and you can always add more mycelium if you want to expand the island, but I think this is plenty. Unless you plan on building something super massive, this is quite okay. And we do have another mushroom biome nearby. I'll show you that in a second. And over here, I think we have a shipwreck. Oh yeah, we have a shipwreck that's partially over ground. It's too bad it wasn't elevated just a little bit higher. That would have been nice. It would look like the shipwreck was docking, well, the ship rather was docking into the Mushroom Island. That would have been nice. Okay, next I want to investigate this ocean monument over here. So there's not too many ocean monuments on the water area surrounding the mushroom biome, but there is one, and honestly one is more than enough, because if you get these things farmed properly, they just produce an insane amount of materials. So one is all you need. Sometimes one is all you need. In case you can't see it, it's right down here. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna go back to spawn, and then I'm gonna take you on a tour towards some directions which I believe have some pretty cool points of interest. Well, the thing is, when you play a Hermitcraft style seed, you normally you do it in a server, you play with friends, everybody gets their own spots, so you sort of fight over who gets the best spot, am I right? So let me show you one of the spots that I think is pretty cool. So this is spawn. I think that was Spawn Island. You just go over this desert bit over here, and as you pass the ocean again, you should find yourself a shattered savanna biome. So we'll zoom in real quick. And there you have it. We have our first shattered savanna. Just let this thing load up. I have a pretty fast laptop, but I guess Minecraft is just so heavy nowadays. I don't get it. RTX 2080, then again laptop version, but I'm getting about 30 FPS, but I thought this upgrade would have solved all my problems. Well, then again, FPS is not really, it's not the end of the world. But anyway, this is a pretty awesome shattered savanna biome. You have all the interesting nooks and crannies. You can fly from up above, or you can go from underneath here. You can make some pretty interesting builds around these areas over here. I mean, you can always make cool stuff when there's like a lot of cliffs and ledges and all these high peaks all around. And if you just keep following the shattered savannas towards, I think, that direction over there, we should find our next rare biome. I'll let you guys have a look at the scenery as we pass by. Well, more shattered savanna on this side here. I need to follow the trail. I had a look at the map, and as long as I follow the shattered savannas, I will find what I am looking for, unless I messed up. I have a feeling I probably messed up, but let's keep trying for a second. Oh, cool. Cool. That's not bad. Over on this side, we have a floating shipwreck, capsized sideways, but is mostly intact. And right behind it is a giant tree taiga biome, which is also one of the rare biomes in Minecraft. But other than that, I'm completely lost, and the thing that I actually wanted to show you is on the other side. So let's time-lapse our way towards that direction. Okay, oh, that's a massive shattered savanna. This one is massive. This is almost at, well, it's 220 blocks high, so very close to the build ceiling limit. Okay, I think I'm on the right trail here. We have more shattered savannas, so pretty soon we're gonna find 2 more awesome biomes. Oh, check out this one. It's another really tall shattered savanna, this one here. Okay, 226 blocks high this time. Alright, pretty soon we'll see those other 2 rare biomes. This is a really cool pillar. It's very high and very lean and mean. Right, there we go. That's number 1. That's what I wanted to show you. If we just jump down here, we have a jungle biome right over here. It's pretty rare to find a jungle biome next to shattered savanna biome, actually, just because the 2 of them are so rare. Especially the shattered savanna. But if we just move a little bit along this way, check that out. We've got a Badlands biome over on this side, and having all 3 of these together is super awesome. Holy crap, that looks good. That looks really good. Right, let me try and take a cool screenshot of this. It's like a freaking tower. Ah, check that out. That looks glorious on sunrise. Okay, screenshot time. Oh, that lagoon at the bottom, that little lake, that just looks great. I want to wait till this lava goes all the way down. I want to see if it interacts with any of the water down there, but overall, this shattered savanna is such a great centerpiece, and to have it surrounded by so many cool biomes just adds to the intensity of this lean and mean tower. Flow faster, please. Okay, that's a decent screenshot. And if you're looking for some ice spikes, we do have that as well. Coordinates on your screen right now. It's not the biggest ice spikes biome that I've seen. Definitely not. But, well, if you want a seed with all the cool biomes, sometimes you'll have to settle for less for some of the parts of it. Now let's go back to hunting for some rarities. Now we're going to go back to the map and have a look for potential spots. Right, so this is a seed map again, and I'm just looking at the map. This is definitely potential, because that's a village that is intersecting a Badlands biome. This as well, although it's a little bit further away, but it's interesting because if we zoom in, it's a desert village, partially in savanna. I think it's a Savannah Village, partially in a desert rather, and it's next to a Badlands biome. So let's take a look at both and see if it's worthwhile. We'll start with this one. This is less potential. Alright, that turned out to be pretty good. Okay, so it's a Savannah Village that's mostly in a desert biome, which is always cool. It's always cool. They actually look better in a desert biome, to be honest. When a Savannah Village is fully in a Savannah biome, it just looks a bit messy, to me at least. This is interesting. So on these pillars of sandstone here, cut sandstone, yeah, sandstone. On top of that, we actually have farmland just randomly dispersed like that. I mean, who would farm like that? But I mean, everyone to their own, so I guess that doesn't really matter. But all in all, decent village, mostly because it's on that sand biome over there. Again, this means you'll have 2 types of villager, sand villager and also the savanna villager, and behind it we also have a Badlands biome, so not too bad. Okay, I have high hopes for this one. I think this one will be a lot better, just cause yeah, okay, great, perfect. This is totally multi-biome. It's, well, the basics is a plains village, right? And the probability of a plains village going into a Badlands biome is much less than having a desert village going to a Badlands biome, because desert villages usually generate on the borders between a Badlands biome and whichever other biome, because there's always a patch of sand biome between the Badlands and whatever other biome. So to have a plains village that is next to this is always very cool. And yeah, that wild west feel of a plains village house in a Badlands background, love them. Okay. That's a nice added bonus. We do have a ravine down here. And that house is mostly floating for the most part, or is it totally floating? No, so just 1 and 2 and 3 blocks. That's the only thing holding the village house from collapsing into that ravine. Ah, the ravine just got even more interesting. So if I turn around here, I mean, this ravine does not go too deep, although there is a lot of loot here. But if you check out this here, there's actually a river that leads to nowhere. I thought that was supposed to go all the way down, but it didn't. All right, let's check. Okay, there is a cavern down here. It should. Okay, we have mine shafts down below as well, and now we're pretty much at diamond level. So with some luck, you will find diamonds on these spots over here. So let's just sum this up a bit. We've got a very nice plains village with a ravine splitting into it, with the plains village partially in a sand desert biome and a badlands biome. Plus, well, we have the Badlands biome, which is really cool, and we also have a savanna biome to the left, and we also have the jungle biome to the right side. So many biomes here, including the rare ones. So I think this is a top pick for this Hermitcraft seed. Very good village on this one. So if you're making a server, I'd say tag this one first before your friends do. Oh, almost forgot, mandatory screenshot. Okay, real quick before I close off this seed review, we do have a second mushroom biome other than the center one. So when you do Hermitcraft style servers, the center one is usually used as a communal area. But if you want to build on your very own mushroom biome, there is one by the shores surrounding the centerpiece. That center mushroom biome should be somewhere over yonder. But right over here, we actually have a pretty massive mushroom biome as well. I think this one is much bigger than the center island. This one should be around 800 to 900 blocks long. So if you want to play it safe and you don't want mobs to spawn on your main build, this is a good place to tag, I guess. Oh, very nice ravine spanning the center of this mushroom biome. Let's just go down. Is it on diamond level? I don't think so. Right, it's not. And coordinates are on your screen, by the way. And one very last thing to show you before we leave this seed. On these coordinates, you will find your first witch hut. And I'll show you the second one real quick. I'm trying to find it without using... Okay, there it is. Without using the map. Okay, so this is hut number 1, and we'll just fly to the second hut real quick so you can get the coordinates on that as well. And again, this is within 200 blocks, so it should be sufficient for you folks to make a double witch hut farm. Alright, with that said, that is seed number 2. Wait a sec, that was seed number 3. Hermitcraft is seed number 3. Have I been mentioning seed number 2 throughout the video? I hope not, but just in case, this is seed number 3. Hope you guys liked it. Thumbs up if you do, and let's hop on over to seed number 4 and 5. So just before we start, there's some interesting things here, and well, there's a pillager's outpost here intersecting 3 biomes. I'd like to check that out. There's a village here right by a Badlands biome, which should be interesting. Woodlands mansion here spawn, can't complain about that. There's another village here that's by a shattered savanna, should be pretty interesting as well, and also a village that is mostly in a swamp biome. So quite a few cool things to check out here. We also have a jungle biome down here at the bottom, as well as a bamboo jungle biome as well. Got a shattered savanna up here. Well, all in all, pretty interesting. Oh, we also have desert lakes, which is quite rare. Not everyone's cup of tea, but well, it's quite rare. This is where you spawn. Right behind me is a village. We may as well loot it and see if there's any good starter loot on this village right here. Never mind that, the loot on the starter village was pretty mediocre. Oh wait, I just noticed there's a blacksmith behind me, so maybe there's a silver lining to this one here. Let's have a look. Diamonds please, diamonds please, diamonds please. Apples. Alright, well, you got an iron pickaxe and a saddle, that's not too bad. So not far from this village, you already have a Badlands biome, very close to spawn, so if you guys like Badlands biome, not bad. And here is the first pillager's outpost that I was referring to earlier. It should be in a Badlands biome. Yes, it is. That looks pretty cool. I don't see them generate too often in Badlands biomes. Kinda cool. And it's only around 200 blocks from that very first village. So if you're planning to make a raid farm, here. Right, granted, my favorite bits of this seed is actually a little bit further away from home. I think it's worth it. Here we have a shattered savanna mountain that looks like a dinosaur head, pretty much, with a nice little waterfall going down on this side here. I'll turn on the coordinates on the screen in a second. The shattered savanna is quite massive. It goes all the way back towards this side over here. Wait a minute, that's not too massive, but It looks like a dinosaur. That's all that matters. I mean, how cool is that? Decorate the head part a little bit, and this part down here may as well be a hand. I mean, yeah, for you creative folks out there, do what you will with it. And right down here, we actually have a pretty cool village. It's a Savannah Village, and it always looks good when it's right next to a shattered Savannah mountain. Unfortunately, none of the houses actually glitched and spawned on top of this dinosaur. Otherwise, that would have been uber cool. But overall, it's cool. I mean, this Savannah Village is mostly in a swamp biome down here, which means a lot of diversity, and you'll get the super rare swamp villagers, which do not spawn naturally. Let's see if we can find one somewhere. I couldn't find any of the swamp villagers yet. If you do it on Bedrock and find something like this, you'll almost immediately get the rare kinds of villagers. But I guess on Java, it's not that common. But if you breed villagers here, make a villager breeder, or just give them a lot of food, then you'll get these awesome guys with the green hat. They look like that. I love how they look. Anyway, okay, let's take a quick screenshot of that, because frankly, I love how that dinosaur looks in the background. Right, so for the next village, this one is only around 300 blocks away from the current one, and it's another shattered Savannah village. I forgot how it looks. It's been a while since I've noted down this seed, so let's have a look. Okay, this one's interesting as well. The shattered Savannah does not look like a dinosaur in this one, but I guess not all shattered Savannas need to look like that. And up here we do have a nice floating island, which is always cool to have. It's also cross biome, just like the previous village, but this time instead of going into a swamp, it's going into a desert. So looks pretty good. I like this one as well. Let's see if we can get a good screenshot out of this one. I guess that's pretty cool. Okay, that right there. Another floating island over there. And one thing I gotta say with this shattered Savannah village is, well, there's a lot more interesting things to explore. Wait, coordinates on your screen, by the way. I almost forgot to show that. It has more interesting waterfalls going through the side, as you can see there. It's kind of hard to see with these shaders, but if I just move up to it, okay, there's massive waterfalls over here going all the way up from the top. That looks pretty cool. And it goes down to the other side as well. And this is what I actually wanted to show you. Oh, I guess this is pretty cool. Even more back here. I'm getting sidetracked a bit here, guys, but hang on. That's what happens when you find cool stuff. This sort of defies the law of gravity. I don't know how safe that is, but yeah. Very nice waterfalls leading into this lagoon over here. Let's just jump down and have a look from down below. Yeah, that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? So, okay, I got sidetracked. Let me go back to that village. Well, let's just go through here. I love this area here, guys. It's like this secluded little lagoon. Wonderful watercolors, but I mean, that's because of shaders, but it does look good without shaders as well. Very nice waterfall leading into the secluded area as well. As long as you light this up, this can be a really interesting place to build. And again, the village is right out there. So last but not least, let's visit that mansion that is near spawn. It's very close to spawn, only around 200-300 blocks away. No glitched villages, but still, it's nice to have it near spawn. Not bad. We don't always have to have them glitched. I have lots of glitched mansion videos, as you've seen on my channel before, but well, this one is just a bonus. I didn't intend to find a mansion on this seed, but all things considered, it's just good added value, and just the fact that it's lakeside makes it look pretty good. Alright then, it's time for seed number 5, the final seed of this review. Thumbs up if you like this one, and let's just head on over straight to the next one. Seed number on your screen and video description as usual. I have this little personal goal. When I get to 100 videos, I hope my English becomes immaculate. It's been a while since I've used English. What happened to my bald head just now? I'm not sure if you saw that, but yeah, I need to rub up my English skills here. It's been too long since I've used it. This is a cool seed because you spawn at a pretty precarious, see, English, location right here. You start at a pillager's outpost island, which can't be that good, but little challenge you can do, since if you die, you're gonna spawn right there anyway, is try and kill your way through and, well, get as many loot as you can from over here. If I'm not mistaken, there should be an evoker on the second floor, or is that how it works? I'm not sure, but I mean, well, crappy loot. Maybe forget about that challenge, to be honest, but yeah. Well, you have a pillager's outpost here, and right next to it, you have a shipwreck that capsized as well. I'm guessing what happened here is these pillagers were pirates, and then they capsized and ended up making a pillager's outpost in the middle of nowhere with nothing to pillage. Sad times. But wait, it does not stop there, because if you just go by this shipwreck a little bit, I guess I understand why they capsized now. You actually have an ocean monument right here as well. So that's quite the combo. You have so many frustrating things to deal with at spawn. Of course, you have the option of just leaving this behind, but I would set it up as a goal to come back here and conquer everything. Now, this bit is a little bit hidden, but if you go just beyond this ocean monument, and if you go down over here, there is actually a ruined nether portal, but you actually gotta go find it, little. I think it's down here. Yes, it is. Right, so it sort of glitched its way underneath the ocean monument, which would make it sort of impossible. It's just temptation, but you can't do anything with it. Like, even if you gotta break this, but you can't break it with mining fatigue, and the loot itself is crappy down here anyway, but it's just nice to have all those glitches in one place. I wonder if the portal actually glitched inside the ocean monument. No, it did not, so it just stayed down here. Fair enough. Anyway, there's a lot more to the seed than just a spawn, because I actually already posted a video similar to this earlier, but this one actually has a lot more cool things other than this, well, not so friendly spawn location. So even though the spawn is treacherous, there is actually a lot of convenient things going on. We actually have 3 villages very close to spawn. Wait a sec, this is not a village. Did I screw up on my coordinates? But, well, shipwreck right here. This is not a village. Yeah, I must have got my notes wrong, so there's a shipwreck near spawn with loot. But this is the village I was talking about, and I'll show you why I like this. I'm gonna turn my render distance up and blow up my PC real quick. Just give me a second. Had to take a coffee break, because that took a while to render. Right, so this is what I was talking about. That is where spawn is. Pardon the less than optimal frame rates, but yeah, that's a pillager's outpost where you spawned. Under me is a village, right? So we have another village over on that side, and if we turn around, there's another village over on this side here. So 3 villages side by side, all coastal. I think that's pretty cool. Now let's save my PC from exploding. Anyway, this is a decent village. It's a plains village, seaside, and then you also have parts of it on this desert strand here. Makes for a good feel of a beach town when you have like sand over here. Maybe make it a little beach holiday resort town. We do have a blacksmith over on this village, so let's have a look if it actually has any decent loot. Diamonds, please, diamonds. It's been a while since I found diamonds on these things. No diamonds, but that is a lot of obsidian. Wow, you're 1 short from being able to get into the nether. Not bad. 3 golden ingots. Now let's go check out what that second village has to offer. I like this one because a lot of the structures are actually on top of water. These bits here is not on top of land. All the dirt that generated underneath is because of the structures. As you can see, there's nothing underneath. Looking for a blacksmith. Any blacksmiths around? Well, no smithy on this village, but I guess that's okay. Let's go check out that third village. Now, this is a great background for that third village. Check out this floating piece of shattered Savannah rock. That is a massive, massive floating island. Check that out. It's like it was cleanly cut underneath, and I thought this was holding the structure up, but apparently not. It's completely floating, so... Well, massive sky block over here. Well, not really, but it just looks really cool. Come on. Alright, let's turn around and go to that village. It's right over here. And I guess out of the 3 villages, this might be the most interesting one. For one, it's multi-layered. You have parts of the buildings up top like so, and having that floating island behind it just looks super cool. I think this is worth a screenshot. We have a little cavern going underneath this farmland here. It goes all the way down. It's dark. I'm scared. I'm going back up. We have a little stable here that is partially under some rocks, which is always nice to have. But again, unfortunately no blacksmith, so not really any loot on this village, but I do like the 3 villages that are scattered like so. This one is also multi-biome, partially in a savanna biome and partially in a plains biome. Here's another interesting village. It's a little bit further away from spawn. It's multi-layered. You have some houses up top. I'm talking about that building over there. And if we look down over on this side, there is a ravine under the village. It's wide. It's very wide, in fact. Let's just jump down and have a look. All right, it goes all the way that direction and that direction as well. I think this is almost diamond level 24, right? And if you go down these caverns here, I'm pretty sure you'll get down to diamond level, and if you're lucky, you'll find some diamonds over here. I think I got lost. How do I... Okay, there's another ravine. I don't know how to get back up. I'm officially lost. I'm gonna dig my way up. And back to fresh air. So the other cool thing about this village is that it's partially in a swamp biome. This here is a swamp biome. And very nice backdrop over on that side. We have the mountains biome over in the back. So multi-biome village. Nice ravine cutting through the village. Overall, not a bad addition to the seed. So we're on the opposite side of things now. This is if you travel downwards from spawn, you'll actually find a jungle biome as well, which is always nice to have. And not just a jungle biome, we have a bamboo jungle over here, and we also have a jungle pyramid right here. It's positioned quite nicely. It's floating. That does not happen too often. It's not attached to the ground. As far as loot goes, I have not been so lucky in this seed hunting run, but let's have a look. Whoa, bones! Hooray! Yeah. Well, we got one saddle. There's a few iron ingots. Let's go over to this side and see if there's something worthy on this side. More golden ingots, but unfortunately no diamonds yet, folks. We do have an iron horse armor here, but, well, that was so-so. Alright, so here's a pretty decent plains village. It's partially on top of mountains over on this side. Nice ridges going along the village, as you can see here. Rivers going all the way that side. Mountain biome over on that side, pardon the choppy frame rates. And the thing I like about this village is that it's right beside a jungle biome, which makes up... And another cool feature of this village is it's right next to a jungle biome. So you've got nice sceneries going around. The thing I like about this village here is, well, multi-layered. You've got a lot of biomes surrounding it. Mountains biome, jungle biome, looks pretty cool. This seed has been pretty much a variety sort of seed. You've got like lots of cool things here and there, great spawn, and just many places to build on. Now this here is a swamp hills biome, which is quite rare compared to the normal swamp, and it makes for some pretty cool scenery. This is actually quite high above the ground. I mean, as you can see, it's about as high as those mountains in the background. And over here, we actually have a pretty nice village that's situated partially on the Swamp Hills biome. Fairly large in size, not too far from spawn, give or take around 1,300 blocks away, I suppose. Multi-layered and multi-biome. I mean, you got houses on those hills up there on the Swamp Hills biome, and you do have parts of the village also on the other side of the swamp biome leading down over here. And having this ruined nether portal partially underground over here just adds that extra final touch to it, doesn't it? So there you have it, folks. We're back at my survival world with my iron farms left and right. They look like villas, pretty cool, and they actually produce really high rates of iron as well. Villager breeders to my left and right, and this awesome shattered savanna at the back of it. I am going to reveal this seed pretty soon, so stay tuned, stay subscribed, more cool seeds coming. If you have some awesome seeds, do let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to review them. Don't forget, don't just post a seed number, but actually tell me what to look for, or at least give me some coordinates. I just want to show you what this looks like from up top, so I'm gonna, I guess no, wrong side. I'm gonna go into the water elevator over here, and this is what my survival world looks like. Do watch those videos as well. And this is the reason why I love Shattered Savanna biomes so much. Check out the kind of things you can build on Shattered Savannas. All the ladders going all the way up top. Bridge crossing towards my main build area. It's just it's such a nice place to build. Anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. Do post a comment, do post a thumbs up. It'll help the channel algorithm so much. Thank you guys for helping this channel grow. The name's MazBro. Hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.